I love mascots. From the iconic Pikachu representing the largest media franchise on Earth, to Teddy from Persona 4, to the unhinged antics of Cheeton, to the very idea that a specific ski resort in Norikura has this one-eyed burger bird mascot named Sanzokuk. Like, I just love this stuff. Naturally, Kaizen Game Works' recent release, Promise Mascot Agency, checked a lot of those boxes for me, especially mascot-wise. Like, seriously, I am loving this game. It's already a top contender for my top games of the year list. This game is awesome. You play as a Yakuza named Michizane, voiced by Kazuma Kiryu himself, Takaya Kuroda.
Sugawara Michizane. 周りからは名前のミチで呼ばれとる.
Who botches a big job and takes penance by running a mascot agency in a small cursed island town. The world is inhabited by living mascots who all have their own hopes, wants, and dreams. Like this cat covered in hot sticky yam, we seriously promise you that it's Yam, who really likes porn. So because I love mascots so much, I wanted to take a moment to celebrate and highlight this game by going over my personal top 10 mascots in Promise Mascot Agency. But first, a few things. Number 1, Kaizen Game Works did send me an advanced copy of this game, so special thanks to them, that was super cool. I've been having an absolute blast playing this. Secondly, I'm not limiting myself purely to mascots that join your agency, but any mascot character that the game has to offer. So with all that out of the way, let's get started. You ever go to a restaurant and find yourself drawn to whatever their signature dish or cocktail is? Like, even if it's not necessarily something you'd normally latch onto, there's something distinct and interesting about this being the signature item. Well, that's kinda how I feel about Kaso-Koumori, the official mascot of Kaso-Machi, the town you're exiled to. He's a perfectly sweet bat mascot who just wants to show off the historic mines. He's got a cute design and a can-do attitude, but yeah, I'll admit he's mostly here just because of his extended premise in the game, like being the face of the town's stamp rally made him a lot more memorable and enjoyable for me. If you like cats, this game gives you a lot to choose from, but I personally found myself most drawn to Salary-Nyan, a down-to-earth financial office worker who serves as the mascot for the town's ATMs, which you will need to utilize throughout your game. While he seems simple and pleasant, he harbors a deep need for revenge on the manager that fired him from his old job. But thanks to the support of Michi and the other mascots, maybe revenge isn't all that important. It's honestly a pretty nice arc, and he's a pleasant character that made him stand out to me. I always love the mix of combining the boring office worker with something a bit more whimsical. Truth be told, I actually planned on having this video up sooner, but thanks to Karoushi, the mascot warning about the dangers of burnout and emphasizing the importance of maintaining a good work-life balance, I made sure to get this video done when it was good and ready. Now, look, I'll confess, there's one main reason why this guy is on my list, and that's because I was absolutely gobsmacked and surprised by his whole gimmick, which is that he only speaks in these, like, Lovecraftian narrator monologues, which is already great, but the bit is made even funnier by every single character just reacting to these phrases like he said something perfectly normal and reasonable. Even Salary-Nyan took his advice to heart. I was so taken aback by this when I first saw it, and it makes me laugh every single time that for this feature alone, I knew he had to make this list. Throughout Michi's journey, you'll come across several mascots that don't join your agency, but have their own mission in life. Like this Kappa, who just wants to open up a game center. Or my pick for this spot, Kannushi-kun, a stalwart crow who, like Michi, has a delinquent past, but came to this town to make amends and carve a better path for himself. Kannushi-kun has a lot of wisdom to offer with those who seek it, and the friendship he forges with Michi was pretty unforgettable. He was one of my favorite NPCs in the game, and he made a lasting impression. And oh yeah, he's voiced by Swery, the guy behind some absolutely incredible games that I've personally really enjoyed. That's just a fun little extra touch right there. I have a soft spot for announcer characters. Like, come on, Metabots fans, give a shout out to Mr. Referee. Or the nameless announcer from Dragon Ball. Love this dude. Well, Promise Mascot Agency has their own announcer in the form of Mike Miller, a sharply dressed pearl with the ocean waves in his hair and a smiling starfish. Anytime you're needed on the scene to help one of your mascots out, you know you're gonna see Mike Miller giving you the play-by-play on what's going on and what you need to do. He has this infectious energy, despite usually only saying one word. Hi! Even when commenting on catastrophe, Mike Miller is a professional who keeps things going, and I respect the heck out of that. Alright, I know what some of you were thinking. It's one of John's list, where's the obligatory hot one that he'd totally bone zone, and come on. This is a game about cute, charming mascot characters, and if you think there are any that I'd sexualize and want to smooch, then you need to pat yourself on the back for calling it, because yeah, I love O. This former Gravier model turned scam bar hostess makes a big impression, and she has this arc about trying to seduce Michi, not because she's actually interested in him, but just to prove that she still got it. Of course, Michi is hilariously oblivious to all of this. Honestly, there's only one thing holding O back from a higher spot on this list, and that's her dumb, stupid, idiot boyfriend, Tos. These two are based on Japanese kanji that roughly mean bumpy and rough, and basically are mascots representing Japan's seedy underground sex culture. I hope Tos gets hit by a bus. I'm prepared for her to pull the knives out on me and threaten me with physical violence for not securing a higher spot, but come on, Pinky is definitely a top 5 mascot. She's your right hand, or I guess technically your left hand Pinky, since that's the one Michi had to cut off. She's a really fun character, a nice tag-along companion through Michi's journey, and she has a good rapport with most characters. She's mechanically useful, especially when you unlock the power to launch her from your truck like a rocket, and you'd think her cries of distress when you bump into stuff would get annoying, but nah, it's always funny. Pinky is definitely the mascot of mascots in Promise Mascot Agency, and kudos to them for finding a way to make a violent severed finger so charming and likable. I knew at least one of the food-based mascots was gonna make this list, and this game has quite a few to choose from, like a strawberry white chocolate Shiba Inu with a deep, seductive voice. But this spot goes to the surprisingly cute and fun Kaki-Gory, which is of course a play on Kaki-Gory, a Japanese shave ice treat with thick sweet syrup. This fanged pile of frost may look scary, but she's actually very sweet, speaks with an adorable little lisp, and what looks like blood is actually delicious strawberry syrup. The instant I met this mascot and I first saw her sad, sweet little face here, I knew she was going to be one of my all-time favorites, and she totally was. Who doesn't love goth girls? Hanging out in the cemetery, channeling spirits, exploring the history of this cursed town? Kofun is just so sweet. She's based on Japanese burial mounds, and her love of history fuels her passion. Much like real goth girls, she's the perfect blend of adorable, but creepy, even if she herself doesn't think she's very cute, which, let's face it, just makes her even cuter. Kofun is everyone's favorite big turfy goth GF, and no, wait, that sounds bad. I meant turf like grass, because she's got big mounds, and look, I'll come back to this. But hey, apparently she ends up dating a chubby, weird Tanuki mascot, so maybe there's hope for me yet. Any goth girls watching, my address is... He may not think he deserves it. He may think his tears and low self-esteem and well-defined mental health issues disqualify him. But Tofu, you listen to me. You truly are the best mascot in the entire game. Tofu is the first mascot who shows up. He always gives 110%. He's in therapy for his issues. Good for you, buddy. I'm proud of you for seeking help. He's absolutely adorable, and everybody loves him. Even when he can't stop crying, Tofu learns to accept his faults as part of who he is, and he keeps going anyway. He's an easy-to-love character with a lot to offer everybody who plays the game. I can't imagine anyone playing this title and not falling in love with this silken sad sack. So, Tofu, I hope today those are tears of happiness because you're awesome, and I love you, and you're my favorite mascot in Promise Mascot Agency. Alrighty, and that's just my personal top 10 mascots in Promise Mascot Agency, but there are so many more to choose from. There are plenty of other mascots who join the agency, ones that exist as NPCs, ones that only exist through hero cards, and so much more. So hey, Let me know who your favorite mascots were in the comments below, and if you haven't picked up Promise Mascot Agency, do yourself a favor and take a look at it. It's one of the most charming and enjoyable games I've played in a long time. I'm probably going to go back to it more when I finish this video, so thank you for watching, please consider commenting or subscribing to help the channel out, and I will see you next time. But for now, sayonara.